Now more than ever, innovative technologies are fueling change and sparking new ways of thinking. Collaboration between corporations and startups is key to staying at the forefront of these trends. However, finding the right startups can be expensive, time-consuming, and ineffective. But Plug and Play is here to help. As a corporate partner, you will gain access to a whole ecosystem of innovation. Discover startups that meet your tech interests. Stay updated on the latest trends and network with industry peers. We will help you during every stage of your innovation journey, no matter where you are and where you want to go. Get in touch today.
All right, so hi everyone. My name is Max Youngreis and I'm the crypto lead here at Plug and Play. Previously, I was doing research at Stanford on central bank digital currencies, worked for a Palo Alto-based blockchain startup who is now the blockchain tech provider for the Korean government, and spent time at an early stage fintech startup in New York City. Here at Plug and Play, we're making a major push to build thought leadership around crypto blockchain from a corporate innovation lens through the launch of our crypto vertical, and are doubling down on our investment thesis surrounding Web 2.5. That is investing in startups who aim to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. At Plug and Play, we are in the busy innovation intersection between traditional FIs and cutting-edge technologies. That gives us a unique advantage to understand what both sides of the technology stack are looking to work together on. As we know, crypto has dominated a lot of the headlines in recent months, with venture capital funding for blockchain startups reaching $2.5 billion last year, up 713% from $3.1 billion in 2020. With digital asset startups both in the early stage and growth stage seemingly beginning to blur the lines between financial services and popular culture, we're starting to see a lot more of these companies enter the mainstream. I have a few quick statistics that I would like to share with you, which might come as a bit of a surprise. Nearly half of millennials, millennials, have at least 25% of their wealth in cryptocurrencies. 90% of financial advisors have received questions from clients about crypto in 2021, and almost 80% of retail investors would move some of their crypto over to their primary bank or wealth manager if they offered crypto custody solutions. Here at Plug and Play Crypto, we have been approached by our excited corporate partners looking to get involved in the digital asset space and learn how they might refine their innovation strategies to be aligned with the most forward-thinking, bleeding-edge technologies being born in the digital asset startup ecosystem. With that, we have officially brought on our first partners for the Plug and Play Crypto vertical, which we will be officially announcing very soon. As you can see here, Block Daemon was one of our early startups within this vertical that we funded back in 2014, and now they are the staking as a service provider for many large banks, including Goldman Sachs. This falls directly into our investment thesis of investing in infrastructure products that intersect both Web 2 and Web 3. If your firm is interested in learning more about how to get involved within the crypto and digital asset space from an innovation strategy perspective, please don't hesitate to reach out to my email, which you'll find at the end of the presentation. And with all that being said, we have a great group of startups with us today that are building the next generation of digital asset startups. Just really quickly in terms of our agenda, we just did the opening remarks. We'll have our startup presentations and Q&A following shortly after, and then a panel discussion, which will be led by my colleague, Patrick. And over to you, Patrick. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Max. We've got an exciting lineup for you today here with some amazing startups. This is a live event, so just go over some housekeeping rules. Please submit any questions that you may have using the chat at the bottom of the window. And feel free to also use the chat for general questions or comments about the event. And please remain muted unless you are presenting. So beginning with our startups, each startup will have 6 minutes to pitch, followed by a 2-minute Q&A. And then after the Q&A, we'll have a poll asking if you'd like an introduction to each of the startups. Please indicate whether you do or don't. And if you do, we'll be happy to facilitate that introduction for you. So we're going to go ahead and kick things off with our first startup, Usko. Usko lets you control and get paid for your data that you're accumulating just for being yourself. So I'll go ahead and introduce Juha from Usko to take things over. And Juha, take it away.
Thanks so much, Patrick. Really great to be here. Thanks, Max, as well, and for the whole Plug and Play team for this opportunity. Just gonna start sharing the presentation here. Yeah, so the project we're working on is called Usko. My name is Juha. I'm one of the founders. What we're building is a Web3 native full stack personal data management suite. Usko comes from Finnish, where I'm from originally. I'm based in Miami at the moment, but originally from Helsinki. And Usko means trust, belief, and confidence. Very important when you're dealing with personal data. It's something we never want to forget. So we figured if it's in our name, it's going to be something we'll think about every minute as we're building out this project. And really what our purpose is to build the stock market for your personal data. Or for those of you who might be familiar with the Brave browser, essentially we're building what Brave has done for browsing for all of your data. What's the problem we're solving? I think this is something a lot of us are very familiar with today. Our data is not in our ownership. And even when we try, it's very, very difficult. It's something that's been done by design for big tech. To obviously be able to profit and use our data. And really, we feel that it's time to change that with the product that we are building. Our solution actually takes a little bit of a page out of, let's say, the Facebook or the Google playbook, where we wanted to give our users something of a lot of value for free first to build trust with them and have them move over to our platform. And the first tool we have in the marketplace is called Redact. And what Redact allows you to do is really view, curate, and control all of your Web2 data in one spot. So think of this as a platform where you can log in, see every tweet you've ever made, every Facebook post, every Skype message, and be able to manage those, delete those based on what you said, when you said it, or on which platform you were active. We have support for over 40 social platforms today. We have close to 250,000 downloads and 50 million lines of data redacted. And what our plan with Redact is to build this trusting relationship with our users, which we've been successful in doing, moving them over to the next stage, which is our data monetization platform called Usko. So let me give you a sneak peek of what we're building. So this is essentially our platform, and we have a sample user journey here with Mark, who's a 27-year-old Uber driver. He loves crypto and Robinhood. What he's able to do with our platform is actually upload or connect his car lease. We're going to verify that data and give him a real-time price as to what that is worth. And we're also, as we verify this data, we make it ready for a network of advertisers on the other side. The advertisers will be able to search based on a bunch of criteria, such as monthly payments, lease end dates, what kind of car it is, where the consumer is based, and be able to send them a customized offer directly. We have a few Web3 components that are making this possible. One is we're going to be using a token to compensate Mark for his data. This is really important for us because we want our early adopters to really be part of our journey and grow with our community. But it also gives us an opportunity to monetize data for our users from day one, even before our advertiser network is fully built out. The other aspect is we're going to store all of this data on chain, which means Mark's data, his car lease, will actually be publicly viewable with all of his personally identifiable information removed. The only way for an advertiser to reach out to Mark with that offer is through a smart contract and by paying the token amount that Mark or our platform has set for that transaction to happen. So the data is fully secure at all times and never on our servers. Why is now the time to be building a project like this? The traditional model is facing a lot of headwinds. We've seen what's happening with changes that Apple has made to hardware. Google is now following suit. A lot of privacy-focused laws. There's a lot of lawsuits going on. There's also a lot of user interest in this as we're moving to Web3 and decentralized world. So we feel that this is the perfect time to be building something like this. We have strong conviction that people actually like personalized advertising. They love discovering new products and finding things that are relevant to them. What they don't like is how the data is obtained that powers those personalized ads today. So we're going to be the ones that are going to power that change and continue that interaction, but with user provided, verified, and opted in data. This market is obviously a huge one. We hope to be able to monetize up to $3,000 per year of users' online and offline data in the future. And if you look at us versus some of our competitors, our biggest advantages are our Redact user base, which has given us a huge head start, as well as the fact that we're Web3 native from the very beginning, giving us the token on the other side of the marketplace. Our business model is one where we're going to take a commission on the transactions that we power through the smart contracts. And just a little bit about our team. So my name is Juha. I'm one of the founders, as I mentioned. Originally Finnish, based here in Miami. My previous business was called WinCode. We were the largest coding school and digital design educator in the Southeast. Sold that company to BrainStation last year. Before that, I built a sporting goods company in Toronto, Canada, which I also sold to the brand that I represented from Europe. My co-founder, Dan, who unfortunately couldn't be on the call today, he has a long history in tech entrepreneurship as well, based here in Miami. We've known each other since 2014. Most recently, he built the largest publicly traded Ethereum mining company, also built the platform that ended up becoming change.org through an acquisition, TinyChat, which was the first video chat platform. So very deep expertise on the COO, CTO side. We also have a globally dispersed team of 25 working on this project right now. Redact, our first tool, is live in the market. You can try it at redact.dev. Definitely encourage you to take a look. It's really amazing to see how much data we've put out there in this Web 2 world. And what we're really giving people is this reset button before we move to Web 3, so that you can reset where you are, take your data, redistribute it through a decentralized method, and also be rewarded for it. Those are the 3 steps that we're building out. And what we're looking for is we're currently fundraising. That's to build out our full Web3 product, launching our token. And we're also looking for launch partners for our marketplace, especially on the advertiser side. That concludes the presentation portion. I'd love to open it up for any questions.
Awesome, Johan. Yeah, amazing idea and amazing product and technology that you guys have been able to develop. In the chat, we've got a question from Bernie. Thank you for the question, Bernie. Is the token that you guys are developing an ERC20 token? Has there been consideration to IoT data captured, connected cars, homes, etc., that could be sold to interested parties like insurers?
Yeah, that's a great point. And we've actually done a lot of user research in terms of where users are already sharing data with brands. And the insurance one is an interesting example. There's also, we found a couple of users that are sharing their healthcare data with their healthcare providers. So there's a lot of opportunity to almost be like the back end to power this stuff. In terms of protocol, we're working on it. Actually, we're looking at a couple. Currently, we haven't made our final decision on that because we're in discussions with potential lead investors. A few have horses in the race, let's say, in terms of the protocols. So we've been a little bit open on committing, but we're definitely choosing something that's going to be large enough to support what we're building, but also to give us the flexibility and support as we grow. And speed, low gas fees are all going to be really, really important as we build out this project.
Absolutely. And then we have another question from Alex. What lessons are you taking from Brave's adoption and monetization strategy in your own go-to-market strategy?
Yeah, I mean, I love Brave. Super early adopter. Got some BAT token the moment I could. You know, it was just really close to this vision and idea that I've had for 5 years, even before exiting my previous company. So it's something that has been really, really cool to watch. I think what I really like about the way that they built out the product is, one, the advertiser sort of focus. And even if you look at their media kit, it hasn't been really to tie into traditional sort of advertising pools, let's say. It's been really around brands that are trying to reach who Brave's user really is. So a lot of crypto natives, you have a lot of exchanges advertising on there. Tesla's a huge advertiser. So it's almost like building out this whole new network around the brands that want to reach the people who are early adopters. I think latest numbers from Brave were like 50 million monthly active users. So really seems to be resonating super well with users. And I think what's great is, you know, it's allowing people to get compensated for a little bit of the data trail that they're creating. But it's when we look at what our potential is, I think we can do this for so much more data with so much more depth of personalization for advertisers when we look at this as a holistic point of view of all of your online and offline data.
Awesome. All right. And then I have a question. Why is Usko well positioned to succeed in personalized data monetization where others have failed?
Yeah, that's a great question. We get that a lot because this is something that people have tried to solve for quite some time. And I think number one for us is just the moment right now with everything that's happening with regulation, technical changes, also what Web3 makes possible with decentralization and consumers understanding that this matters. And I think the next step really is for brands to start realizing this, just like you have responsible sourcing and, you know, green energy for companies. All of this, it's going to come around to where advertisers and where that data is coming from is also going to be judged by your consumers. So I think that's really interesting. And because of the way we built this with Redact, we're avoiding the cold start problem that a lot of these platforms have had. So we have a huge user base we can tap into and then use the token on the other side to compensate for not having maybe the largest advertiser pool at launch. So we're really excited about those aspects.
Awesome. Well, Johan, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. If anyone would like to meet with Johan and Usko further, please reach out to us and we'll get you guys connected. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, so the next startup we've got presenting for us is Ozone. Ozone lets you earn crypto while you surf the internet. I'll let them take it away.
All right, thank you, Patrick. Pleasure, everyone, to be on the call. Thank you for joining. I'm Lyndon Oh, the founder and CEO of Ozone. So at Ozone, we're building a platform that solves for the problem of everyone making money off of your data, except for you. So we know that this is an upside down economy that we live in, where the consumers of the data are getting rich and the actual producers themselves are getting zero. So with Ozone, we've decided to turn that model right side up. To do that, we asked ourselves a really simple question. How do we meet hundreds of millions of users where they are on the internet and let them earn passive income while they're living their lives online? The world has caught on to this problem, and by 2023, Google will no longer support third-party tracking cookies on Chrome. The impact of this will be nuclear sized on the digital advertising industry, which has a total value of $400 billion. As of today, there is no replacement for third-party tracking cookies in sight. We have a product live in market, which we launched in 2021. And what's our product? We launched a frictionless, super easy way for consumers to make money immediately while they're on the browser. You simply pin our extension to the browser, and you earn cash for every second you're surfing the web from ad sponsors that are paying us to serve you promoted content. We've booked over $5,000 in revenue over the last 2 months and charge businesses purely on a performance basis, which is a click-based CPC advertising model. So where are we today? We have 85,000 users worldwide, with 53% of our user base here in the US. And we acquire users at a rate of 50 cents on all of our user acquisition channels. So a blended CAC of 50 cents today. Oh, it looks like my co-founder, Jeff, is not able to join. So I will just pick up for Jeff. So on Web3, decentralization occurs by design. It is not a product, as Brave is trying to do. It is just a feature. We're making sure that happens in the easiest way possible for everyone, and as intuitively as possible from the legacy Web2 user all the way to the tech-savvy Web3 user.
Thanks, Lyndon. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So how are we going to do this in terms of our roadmap? So in the Web 2.5 near term, we're going to ship a crypto wallet integration into our existing extension. We'll start with stablecoin and transition into our token once we launch our token later this summer. And then as a fast follow, we're planning on an SDK this fall, and we'll go to market with a partnership with gaming platforms. And finally, our North Star will be our native browser, which we'll get into in a few slides. But back to the crypto wallet in the near term. So we polled our entire user base, and from a stat-sig sample size, 83% of our users said they would prefer crypto over cash in earnings. So releasing in 2 months on our roadmap is a simple crypto wallet integration that gives users the choice of cash or crypto for their browsing data.
Coming soon in 2023, we will launch our own browser that in one fell swoop gives every internet user the power to license their own data to every web property they visit in real time. What they get for licensing their data is a completely personalized experience with content that speaks to them and perfectly matches the preferences that they've declared on their Ozone account. Over our zero knowledge protocol, users can simply share attributes that they're comfortable sharing and get personalized content back from the publishers that they choose. They can simply dial up or dial down on privacy versus earnings, and their internet experience will match that preference. When the user closes their laptop and picks up a device or a headset, we embed a simple SDK, just a couple lines of code, that syncs back their browsing data directly to the developer property. That provides complete platform interoperability and allows the data to travel with the user wherever they go on the internet. Going to market, we'll work with platforms representing billions of users and billions of dollars of revenue in a platform-wide solution for zero-party data.
So to touch on our value exchange, on one side of the equation, users own and control their zero-party data, and digital properties identify and ultimately sell more targeted inventory to advertisers. On the other side of the equation, fiat will flow back to Ozone from these digital properties as data fees, and we'll deliver tokens to our users from our treasury. And then in terms of the token itself, so a little bit on the utility here, some of the main use cases include activating a governance protocol via staking, and then of course, staking for APY, which can also include a multiplier that we'll send to users via airdrops. And then what we're really excited about that can have a gamification element to it is an exclusive NFT marketplace and merchandise marketplace that we can directly link to on our platform for all of our community to take part of.
So who's building this? Jeff and I are what we could finally call big tech escapees. We met at Facebook 8 years ago and have worked in different functions covering data science, product, and creator monetization. On our advisor team, we have an incredible representation of veterans, also hailing from big tech, representing each of the core functions that we think we need to go to market with our very ambitious roadmap. And they represent architecture, product, sales, and engineering. Thank you, everyone. We are raising $1.5 million on a seed round with a safety structure on a $30 million post-money valuation.
Awesome. Thank you, Lyndon and Jeff. Please indicate on the poll if you guys would like any introductions to them. But in the meantime, I know I have a lot of questions about what you guys are building. But let's start with one that we asked on the last panel. How are you guys differentiating yourself from the Brave browser?
Yeah, sure. I can take that one. So yeah, I mean, a lot of respect for what Brave is doing. Fundamentally, we're aligned on many principles, but we view Brave as a privacy optimized, sanitized web experience. And we're in many ways taking the opposite approach. So we view privacy as table stakes in Web3. It's a feature, not a product. So that will be baked into our product, of course, but we're optimizing more for the monetization side of the house. So content personalization, a unique experience on the web based on the data you're sharing that you can ultimately monetize from in an effective way. So, and more so, we view Ozone as the browser built for the metaverse itself. So content will be personalized in real time as you go from property to property in the metaverse. There is no browser built for the metaverse right now, and this to us is our strategic advantage.
Gotcha. And speaking of that, you mentioned that you're hoping to launch an NFT trading platform here in the near future. What is that sort of going to look like? And are you guys going to try to take on OpenSea?
Yeah, so just to be clear, I mean, it's not going to be a trading platform. I think what we're aiming to do is leverage our partnerships we have. I bring in a lot of partnerships from the Instagram and Facebook world on the creator side. We can host exclusive NFTs from these creators, these artists on our platform that token holders of Ozone via staking have access to. So it's an exclusive marketplace that will host on our platform that is entirely unique to our community.
And then speaking of which, what are some of the network effects that are on your platform that users can take advantage of?
Yeah, we're actually, I can take this one. So we're actually building a discovery feature for users to find other users over our ZKP that are like-minded and similar in their data attributes, so they can form communities and pool collective resources for common action. And the mechanics of that would look like a DAO where they could pool, for example, Ozone token toward shared economic goals within the ecosystem.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you, Jeff and Lyndon, for presenting. And again, if you guys would like to get in contact, learn more about Ozone, please reach out to us.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. The next startup we've got presenting is PXO Token. PXO Token is aiming to create a stable coin that is pegged to the value of the Mexican peso. I'll turn things over to Alfredo to take it from there.
Well, let me introduce myself. I am Alfredo, and I'm the general manager of PXO, and he's Diego. And we are a team that we are simplifying the way that we use the crypto in Mexico, in our country. And we're a team named PXO. And we're gonna start. PXO is a cryptographic token with a value equivalent to a Mexican peso. And it works as a bridge between the traditional financial system and the crypto asset ecosystem, offering a way to transfer money with a settlement functionality without relying on conventional bank transfers. Its objective is to provide a network that facilitates transfer, reception, and redemption through fully open and audited protocols developed through various blockchains such as Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Polygon Network. PXO combines the Mexican peso credibility, relevance, and functionality with the technological advantage of blockchain technology. With PXO, the risk of volatility is eliminated, as well as the exposure to the exchange rate for many Mexican users. Through PXO, it will be possible to have a secure, decentralized payment system with low commissions that is fast, efficient, and able to connect the crypto economy with one of the most traded currencies in the world, the Mexican peso. This is an untapped market for stablecoins, and PXO aims to take advantage of that. PXOs are created at the time of the purchase by verified users on the PXO token platform, who in turn can sell them to PXO Token Company in exchange for Mexican peso currency to be later withdrawn from circulation. We have purposed a trust-based crypto asset through cryptographic testing and regulatory oversight. Our initial design is implemented in the Binance Smart Chain with the vision of working soon in other platforms. Our trust implementation involves linking licensed financial institutions and examiners to form a trusted network. All this combination of implementation results in the PXO token, stablecoin based on the value of the Mexican peso, which is self-regulated, can serve as a viable medium of exchange and a unit of account for centralized and the decentralized application we were looking for. PXO's immediate go-to-market are the crypto exchanges, but we will also integrate to another business models such as remittances, lending, market making, commercial solution, payment providers, and other centralized application and decentralized application where PXO can be useful. Our main objective is to be the backbone that enables the entire crypto ecosystem in Latin America and Mexico. Right now, PXO business models rely on treasury investment, such as low-risk investment instrument, premiums by the sale of PXO, and the market-making activity. We also have a powerful funding team formed by the players in the financial industry and crypto industry with experience in law, crypto business, finance, lending, tech, and banking solution. PXO also has a solid group of advisors ranging from legal, tech, business, and financial background that are the head of what could be considered the backbone of the financial system in Mexico. Among them, at the end of the last year, Dr. Moreno, the former legal director of Mexico Central Bank, and Dr. Villarreal, former congressional liaison officer of the Bank of Mexico, joined our team. Altogether, we had the perfect formula to push a project like this one and keep going. Our 2022 roadmap focused on three main premises: business alliances, fundraising, and building liquidity. all to integrate PXO into the already thriving crypto ecosystem in Mexico. Our last funding round was for $1 million for a pre-money valuation of $10 million. Currently, we're looking for a $3.5 million pre-money valuation of $35 million. That we can go fast. We have several players who want to integrate PXO on their ecosystem. We want to scale the team, start a big marketing push that will bring us 10,000 wallets within the second queue, and we are going to change the way that people use crypto in Mexico. We have the team, we have a beautiful product, and we have the traction. So if you want to join us and want to be part of this crypto revolution, please come and see us, and we're going to be in that corner. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alfredo. So just a quick question for you guys. What is the scope of the crypto ecosystem in Mexico, and how have you guys positioned yourself to take advantage of it?
Thank you. Actually, Mexico is being one of the biggest markets in Latin America. Currently, it has the fastest growing ecosystem in Latin America. Most of the major players on the market are actually looking to enter the crypto market because of the large economy that is. We're trying to leverage that position and actually use PXO to habilitate and connect all these powerful players that are looking to enter the Mexican market right now and push it through. For example, only PXO, the biggest player in Mexico, is looking for a growing rate for 400% a year, approximately.
Awesome. And then we've got a question from the chat here. Hi, PXO team, only works with Mexican pesos, or maybe this platform can work with other currencies as well. So do you guys have any sort of plans for expansion beyond peso?
Yes, we do. Initially, our main purpose is to focusing in creating an ecosystem for the Mexican peso, but definitely it's on a roadmap to work with other Latin American currencies, mainly, for example, the Brazilian real.
Awesome, guys. All right, if anyone else has any other questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. The PXO team will answer them as soon as possible. Thanks, Alfredo. Thanks, PXO team.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Right. So the next startup we have presenting for us is Public Mint. And Public Mint aims to be the Salesforce for programmable money and the PayPal for the decentralized world. I'll let the Public Mint team take things over from here.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you for the invitation to Plug and Play team. I understand I only have 6 minutes. I'll try to be as concise as possible and make sure to make the best use of your time. So I'm Paulo Rodrigues. I'm CEO at Public Mint. I represent a team of tech entrepreneurs, software engineers that work in the software industry for over 20 years, and also business development people from the banking industry, where I come from the Swift world, from Visa and MasterCard. And together we've built a solution which we believe to be the first global, open, and inclusive money system that truly provides direct access to money to anyone, anywhere in the world at a very low cost, and being able to access financial services worldwide. So in our case, we started off regulation first, and we work with banks and trust companies. They hold the money for Public Mint. So every dollar that you deposit on our wallet is going to be safely stored by regulated entities, and they are the ones doing the custody of funds. We create the synthetic version of the dollar that becomes available on the blockchain for instant finality and for transfers for anywhere in the world. So the aggregate knowledge that we have in the team made us develop this solution that has full compatibility with all the legacy payment rails, but at the same time, it also benefits from the blockchain, from the technology that we all see very valuable these days. With the ability to have synthetic dollars on chain, we have this programmability available for everyone. And at the same time, we at Public Mint are always very concerned about the user experience and a frictionless experience. That's what we want to provide to everyone. So we're pushing the technology to the back end. And what we want is really to provide all the innovation that is happening on the blockchain to everyone, regardless of the tech skills and regardless if you're a crypto savvy user or a totally normie. The goal is really to have all that technology available for you in an app in a very simple interface. So currently, we already have our dollar native blockchain already up and running. And on top of that layer 2 approach, we already have some interesting use cases for our customers. Our customers today can already go to Public Mint, open a wallet in 2 minutes. If they decide to do KYC, they can deposit funds into the wallet, take money out, or even transfer funds instantly to anyone in the world. It will take 1 cent of the dollar for each transaction, and it will take 4 seconds to complete that transaction. Again, everything is done in fiat money, no crypto involved, simply because we believe that in order to have mass adoption, you really need to anchor all your solutions on fiat money that everyone is used to. It's basically, instead of focusing on a 1.7 trillion economy, which is the crypto economy currently, we're really focused on a 94 trillion economy where everyone is waiting to get access to crypto but doesn't know how to get there currently with all the friction involved. So another use case already available to our customers that we've just launched is the Earn program. The Earn program, again, is just reaping the benefits of the blockchain and make it available in a simple interface for anyone to use. So with a few clicks on your iPhone or Android app, you are able to deposit funds and then allocate part of those funds into the Earn program and get the benefits of at least 8% APY, which is a regular thing in the crypto world, but really a very difficult thing for anyone to grasp if you are only locked into the legacy banking world. And that is already up and running. In parallel, we're working with payment gateways in order to have more and more rails of money flowing in and out. We're already focusing our first rails in Latin America, but the goal is really for anyone anywhere in the world be able not only to deposit funds through Wire, ACH, or credit cards, or even USDC if you're a crypto user, but also, and more importantly, to be able to use your own domestic schemes, domestic options that you're used to. So if you're in Brazil, you could use Boleto Bancário, or if you're elsewhere, you could use your own domestic options in order to top up your wallet and be able to have access to interesting use cases. Now, in terms of next steps, our platform is already dollar native. And anyone using our platform does not need to buy Ether to pay for gas, none of that. It's really frictionless experience. But we're also in conversations with other custodian partners in Europe so that we can provide euros on chain and pounds on chain, and inevitably be able to provide an interesting use case around Forex. These are the next use cases that we plan to implement in the next months. A debit card, obviously, so that you can allocate part of the funds that you have on your wallet to a debit card and be able to use it in the grocery stores if needed, and even instant loans, just like we already have instant earnings that you can allocate and take money out whenever you want. The same thing we want to apply to loans. So back to what we have currently, aside from the platform and the wallet and the Earn, we also have, more importantly, an open ecosystem that enables anyone to deploy their own use cases on top of our platform. It's really following the Salesforce model in the sense that you can have your own interesting ideas and deploy it in a blockchain that runs on dollars, which means that you can have access to more users. Your customer base is much bigger because you're tapping into anyone, not just the crypto savvy users. So it's fully Ethereum compatible, and this is very important because if you come from the crypto world, everything that you deploy on the main Ethereum network, you can simply deploy your smart contracts on our network. We're fully compatible with Ethereum, but most importantly, we have an open API, we have an embeddable widget, which means that if you are a crypto user, you can use your smart contracts and you can directly program on chain. But if you're not in the crypto world, and you come from the legacy world, you can simply also use the the APIs that we provide on our open ecosystem, and with that be able to access programmable dollars that are instantly available in 4 seconds in a very low cost to the counterparties. So effectively, Public Mint is a global money community that we're building, and we're enabling this financial inclusion for all. This is a screenshot of the app already available, where you can top up your wallet, send money to someone else anywhere in the world at really low cost and in 4 seconds. And also there's this screenshot of the earn, most importantly, because this is really an anchor in terms of use cases for us. People understand that it's really interesting to get 8% APY, and now they have it available in a very simple interface without having to go through the hops and the friction of interacting with the crypto world. So I just wanted to wrap up by drawing your attention to this interesting stats. This is US only, but what we see is that the younger generations are really the ones that are most disconnected with traditional banking. And unfortunately, because of that, most of these people are paying a lot of money in terms of using alternative financial services. And that's why we feel that this untapped opportunity is where are we going to address it really easily, because we can have a banking services kind of approach, but with the benefits of blockchain and without the legacy and the time that it takes for new ideas to come to life. In terms of revenue streams, and as we go along for our roadmap, so we have revenue streams coming from the products that we develop ourselves on the platform. We also have revenue streams from transactions, withdrawals from the platform. Most importantly, our layer 2 value-added services like blocking services, transaction monitoring, or even simple things like creating a vault in a smart contract to provide security to our partners in locking funds in the blockchain. These are things that can happen on the value-added services kind of approach. And also, last but not least, professional services, things like creating a closed user group, business closed user groups for retailers, for example, to have their own vetted partners in the same closed user group, or even a white labeled implementation of a CBDC. Those are things that we can easily implement on our blockchain. Just to wrap it up, the community is really the important thing. We already have around 35,000 people on our Telegram. These people are our early adopters. They act as our ambassadors. And just to give you 2 examples, we already have 2 specific use cases coming from the community, not by us, of an NFT marketplace and a decentralized exchange being deployed on our network. And they have their own products and they can build their own solutions, just like as I said, using the Salesforce model. So from our side, what I would like to wrap up is by saying that this is really a very simple but big idea that we feel that it's going to change the way people think about money. And in this specific stage where we are confident that we're offering a very attractive valuation for those that decide to come on board and join our journey. Thank you for your opportunity and thank you for your time. I'm waiting for interesting conversations.
Awesome. Thank you, Paulo. Unfortunately, we're running a little bit behind schedule. So if anyone has any questions, please message Paulo directly. There's a few questions in the chat here, and I will make sure Paulo gets those answered.
Thank you.
So the next startup we've got presenting for us is Fixnix. Fixnix simplifies your governance risk compliance problem with their software as a service model. I'll let them take it away from here.
So here I am to present NixVizzle. This is my second venture. We have incubated for past 3 years. I am Shanmugavel Shankaran. NixVizzle is about open glass door for employers. So all of us must be knowing about this Glassdoor, where all of us go talk about our own employers, and a lot of employees, it's the water cooler. So what are we here talking about? How we can build an open Glassdoor for employers, where employers can go listen actively. So right now, if the employers are listening, no. So our vision is to see how we can enable a kind of open Glassdoor. So I am 10 years, I have spent 10 years with Microsoft IBM, 9 years I have bootstrapped the Fixnix, software as a service pioneered in the governance, risk and compliance space. We were mentioned as a top regulatory technology platform by Gartner. So the vision is to enable more employees pick up with trust, where they should not have any issues about their anonymity, and also they get rewarded. So let's take it with an example now. What are the problems of employee? Dr. Martin is raising an issue about 300 deaths because of a quality of a large corporation as an internal technical fellow of the organization. So only 2% of the employees like him raise incidents, and at times, or many times, his voices are not listened properly. Let's see what's the problem of the company. In this case, Dennis, the CEO, is prioritizing revenue, so he couldn't prioritize the employee voice. So this particular whistleblowing internally never got paid attention. 98% of the Fortune companies lose multiple $1 million on fraud because of they couldn't listen to the internal employee voices. So the solution what we have got is we have built on top of R3 Corda blockchain. So we have built the world's first blockchain-based whistleblower platform, hotline platform, where employees can trust it more because it's non-fungible in nature. Whatever incidents they are bringing to the platform, it's going to be non-fungible. And they are also going to get anonymous crypto rewards when their incidents, what they are bringing to their organizations. And finally, the organizations can listen and establish the transparency focus, and they will have been an opportunity to reduce their penalty. So why the time is now? Because it's Boeing. So whatever incident I said before is not a fictional one, it's a real. Dr. Martin and Dennis are the employees of Boeing. It was brought forward by Dr. Martin to the notice of the CEO. Despite that, they couldn't figure out the importance of the 737 MAX Boeing's safety issues, and it led to 346 deaths. 346 families are now kind of futureless, hopeless because of some organization, corporation not able to pay attention to the internal employee voice. And it led to $2.5 billion in fine and $70 billion in losses, other losses for Boeing. So traction, what we have got is we are part of R3 Blockchain Venture Development Accelerator. R3 is invested by top 20 global banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, HSBC. So we are looking at going to market along with R3, helping many of these large financial services corporations. And we also work with one of the top Swiss banks global executive. We have the know-how of how they are trying to transform their hotline whistleblower playbook. So the secret sauce, what we have got is we have got 7 algorithms. A couple of them are patent pending. We are the first one bringing the entire blockchain hotline industry to single source of truth distributed ledger blockchain world. And what's the market size? So 98% of the Fortune 1000 companies use some sort of manual or web-based whistleblower system due to regulations. So they have Foreign Corruption Prevention Act, many other regulations which is mandating them. And all the mid-sized banks, 2,500 plus in America uses that. And the competition, what we have got is Navex Global. The hotline product is the monopoly in this market. We are the first one competing with them, bringing blockchain, where we are establishing trust on the employee side and also helping them get rewards. And also indirectly, we are competing with Glassdoor kind of platforms where employees are looked upon on the ratings. And we also compete with the Diligent, one of the publicly listed company on the board governance, because we are allowing organizations to open this platform for board as well as regulators. And because of our past experience in the governance, risk and compliance, we also have a play there. So the business model is very straightforward, $10 per employee per month. For mid-markets of 200 people, it will be 24K. And for enterprises of 1,000 people, it will be 120K per annum. And forecast, what we have got is the first year we are looking at $336,000, and year 2 we are looking at a couple of $1 million. The year 1 we are just looking at serving 3 mid-markets and 4 enterprises. We are looking to mature the product the year 1 and year 2, and then looking at maybe $7.2 million in the year 3 and doubling the revenue by year 4 by having a hockey stick growth. And the go-to-market is focusing on partnership promotions for the mid-market and enterprise thought leadership conference participations. And Exit opportunity, Navex Global, the leader in the space, got acquired by a private equity for $1.2 billion last year. And Diligent, the other company, have acquired Galvanize to become the largest SaaS GRC company. We were the first one to pioneer this business model 9 years before. Diligent also have an active interest in this hotline space, and they are actively doing things. And we are looking at participating in the event in both the East and West Coast on ethics and defense financial services industry. And we have got Nitin Gaur as our advisor. He has spent 23 years as a founding director of IBM Blockchain Labs. He's the man behind Hyperledger. He's moving to a custody bank. He's planning to spend more active time with us. And Sita, and we have got 8 engineers behind the team who have been blockchain full stack. And we are looking at having a VP of sales for North America. And we have already invested $500K over the past 3 years from Fixnix incubating this. And we are looking at deploying $600K over sales and marketing and a couple of $200K for some few crypto integrations. So we are looking at raising $1 million for this, maybe getting few more validations over this next 3 quarters. So what we are looking at is warm customer introduction and maybe this investment support. If you see something, say something. So it's not just for the kind of protecting the country from terrorists. In the case of Facebook, in the case of Theranos, Uber, WeWork, Enron, even the country's president, Donald Trump, had a whistleblower on Ukraine, which led to the first impeachment, and now we have a new president. So protecting whistleblowers at any cost is important. That's what we are here for. We are using blockchain. We are having a strong crypto play to reward them. So let's protect the whistleblower. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. Again, please indicate if you'd like to meet with Fixnix. Arlene has a question. How would this solution potentially have avoided the Boeing situation? Does an employee still have to come forward?
So in the case of Boeing, where the internal voices couldn't prioritize, if they have the CEO has a solution which is open for board also, where board will be able to, the CEO will be able to prioritize all the complaints, and then they will be able to take action. So it's opening up your transparency of internal incident handling is what this is doing, and you cannot fudge.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sean. All right, and we're running a little bit behind schedule today, so I'm going to turn things over to our founder and CEO, Saeed Amidi, who would like to close things out for us. Saeed, I'll let you take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm not sure, I apologize. I was going to join you at the beginning of this session, but I joined you like halfway through. But I wanted to welcome everybody to this, what we call crypto, a new initiative at Plug and Play. And we would love to invite the startups that pitched, as well as their community, to join us. We had 10 years ago, the first Bitcoin meetup. In fact, everybody asks me, Saeed, do you have any Bitcoins or not? And I remember in those meetups, we used to accept Bitcoin when people were buying coffee. And thanks to the coffee sales, I have 5 Bitcoin. So that is sort of interesting trivia for you guys. But we very much like to welcome our corporate partners, which we have approximately 440 of them, from Walmart to US Bank to Citizen Bank, many insurance companies like State Farms, Farmers, Aflac, as well as all of the startups that are active in crypto, to join our platform. And we would like to figure out how crypto will change our lives, like with smart contracts and different ways we could use crypto, as well as I believe crypto will become an asset class. In fact, ourselves, we just decided to purchase, bunch of crypto as a part of our asset base. And long term, I feel most every individual or corporation may keep up to 5% of their net worth in some sort of cryptocurrency. And frankly, we don't know which one will win and what will be the way of securing that and having the value increase. But we are open to figuring all of that out with you guys and with your help. But this is the exciting moment that we are reestablishing our crypto get together once a month. And if people are excited about it, we could do it more than once a month. But it's great having you with us. And just for the fun of it, we had 15 new unicorns, which one of them was Black Damien, which became unicorn in September last year. But I'm very excited to let you know that I believe in February, they raised money at $3 billion valuation. And I always say 3 billion is better than 1 billion. So it's great to have you guys with us. And let's make this platform useful for all of us. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Maximilian.
Yeah, thank you so much, Saeed. So that's going to close things out for us here today. We're going to go ahead and put up one last poll. If you'd like to figure out how you can get involved with Plug and Play Crypto, you'd like to see how we can implement some of these solutions and introduce you to more startups like you've been seeing today, please indicate so. As well as if you would like to meet any of the startups today, please let our team know and we will get you connected to them. Again, thank you so much. Thank you to all the startups that presented. I know we were short on time, so if you have any other questions or like connections, again, please reach out. Don't hesitate to ask and we'll get those set up for you. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.